tonight. This is new distributor training. Those of you watching are probably in your first 30 days. And if you're not and you just need a refresher, that works too. I'm very not formal, but I do have notes to kind of keep me on track because we have a lot to cover. This is like a whole new world for many of you. If you're like me, you've never, ever, ever done anything like this before. And if you have my type of personality, like you don't like being a newbie, right? You just kind of wish you knew everything and you're ready to just start rocking and rolling. So that is what we're going to do. It was a webinar. So just listening to this the same notes I'm going to go over 2.5 years ago that my enroller did that literally changed my life. And it wasn't anything particular that she said. It was just the fact that hearing her voice and, I knew her personally, and if she could do this, then why couldn't I do this? So that was the moment that changed my entire business. And I went all in that day. I'd been in this business for 2 months and hadn't done anything. Listened to this training. My husband and I decided to jump in together. That next weekend, or like the next day was the weekend, I signed 3 distributors. The next month I went Ruby, and that next month after that I went Double Diamond, and the rest is history. So I hope that something I say tonight kind of sticks with you guys and maybe shows you that anybody can do this, guys. If crazy old me can rock this business, so can you. So first steps, we're going to go through some steps of some things that you need to get done as a new distributor. It doesn't have to be done in this order, but I just want to make sure I cover everything. So the first thing is most of you guys are probably working off of something like this most of the time. For me, I have 3 little kids. I work off of my phone most of the time. So you're going to need a couple apps. The first app that you need is the It Works app. There is 2. There is an It Works app, and it is going to show you like a dashboard. It's going to show you your volume, how many customers you have. You can also enroll customers and distributors to that app. I personally don't use the app for that. I use that just to track things like my volume. It's a great thing to have, especially as a new distributor, because it's going to keep you in track of like your first 4 customers, and things light up and happen as you start signing people. So it's pretty cool for our new distributors. There's also an It Works Wrap app. And if you want to make sure you have the right one, you can ask over on your team pages. But those are the 2 apps that you're going to need that It Works has provided for us. You're also going to need some photo editing apps because let's face it, social media is definitely the face of our businesses. Even if we're doing other things on the back end, you're still going to be posting pictures, whether it's a picture of a product or a picture of your child. You want to have the best pictures possible. The way I like to look at it is every picture that you post on social media, even if it's not for your business per se, it's kind of like your magazine. Like, would you open up a magazine and see a picture in a magazine that was blurry or not bright or cheery? No. So you've got to start looking at your social media. Everything you post is a reflection of you and your business. So there are a few apps. I use one called Pick, Tap, Go. Now I do have an iPhone. There are different apps for different platforms, Android, iPhone. Write down these notes. And if you have questions about these things, definitely take it back to your team page. So Pick, Tap, Go is one of my favorites. Another thing that I do is when I am posting a picture, I will post it on Instagram, and I just use the brightening tool right inside of Instagram. And I use that on basically 99.9 photos that I put up. I am using the brightening tool just to make it a little bit brighter. You're also going to want an app that can put pictures side by side because we take before and after pictures, right, of our wrap results, things we do at parties, events. And the one that I like, only because I'm a creature of habit, I got it from day one. It used to be called InstaFrame. So if you search that, you can still find it. Now it's called Lipix, L-I-P-I-X. And again, that is for iPhone. I also use Pic Collage because sometimes, if a picture doesn't fit just right in a frame, I use things for different things. For example, you might see people posting pictures of me at the pool, and then I post a picture of my email that says I signed a loyal customer. I want to put that on top of it. I use Pic Collage to do that. My favorite app is called Word Swag. And I think it costs a couple dollars, but I'm telling you, I literally use it every day for my business. Let me just show you. It is one that you can use your own pictures, or they have like a stockpile. Like, for example, I posted a contest today, and it's one that it looks like this. You can put words on top of pictures. There's tons of fonts. I use it all the time. I also, did it for just anything basic. I use it for things for my team page. I use it for a lot of things in my business. All right. You see why this is going to take a while? That was just one little point. The next thing, the very first thing that you should do as a new distributor is go to your team page. Now, hopefully you were only added to one. Right now we do have like a challenge group going on, so that's like an extra, but you should be on one training page. And that is usually going to be run by a presidential diamond or an ambassador diamond above you. And on that page, if you're not familiar with Facebook groups, you're going to have a pinned post. And that is a post that is stuck at the top. If you're on a phone, I'm a very visual person. If you're on a computer and you go to a group, it's going to show right up as the very first post on that page. You don't have to click anything. It just shows up there. If you're on a phone, I'm going to go to my team page at the moment. If you're on a phone, it just, oh, you can't really see it. No, I can't. It's like not a touch screen. Oh, like way back here. Okay, well, on a phone, if you look at a group, okay, the very first thing under where it says join is a little push pin, and it says view pinned post. You have to actually touch it, and then it opens up the pinned post, okay? Sorry I can't really show you, but hopefully that makes sense. So you're gonna see the team page name, says joined, add member, right underneath that, it says view pinned post. That is your priority. You need to start there. Now, they're all going to be very similar. Some of us have a little bit longer ones, a little bit shorter ones, but it's going to be a step-by-step guide for you and what your individual leader thinks is the best way for you to get started. Now, most of us are all on the same team. Obviously, I learned from my enroller, and then my team learns from me, and so on, and we kind of change it up a little bit to make it our own. But for the most part, they're all going to be very similar. Now, a lot of them, the very first thing it's going to send you to do is go into your eSuite, okay? So I was very confused when I got started. No one explained this to me. So you're going to hear people say your replicated site. And I didn't know what that meant. And I was probably like a presidential before I asked somebody. But your replicated website is your It Works website. That is what you give your customers to go to. something.myitworks.com. That's your replicated website. Now you have a back office, you might hear it called. That's your eSuite. eSuite is where you see your customers' orders, you run reports, the Documents tab. The Documents tab in eSuite is going to be your best friend. But there's also training in eSuite. It is called the U. It literally has a U at the very top of the screen. And some of us have on our pages some eSuite training under our past events tab if you want more training on that. But eSuite kind of scared me when I first started. So you're going to log in and see all kinds of stuff. Just know that you're not going to use most of that stuff. Even now as an ambassador diamond, I don't use a lot of those things. I use a couple reports. I use my downline orders, which is in reports, my auto ships tab. So there's a lot of things that you're not going to use in there, but the pin post is crucial. Now, I'm going to take a moment, and this is something that I do specifically for my team. So if you're not on my team and you're watching this tonight, hopefully this helps you. So I tell my new distributors, you know, you don't have to be an expert on these products. I'm not an expert on these products. Matter of fact, you know, people ask me specific questions about ingredients or products 2.5 years later. I still go into product coach, myitworksproductcoach.com. You need to write that down. It's a wonderful tool for you. But I still dig into my product information sheet binder. And that is what I tell my new distributors. That's your homework. It's the very first thing I want you to do. It's the very first thing on my pinned post that I was just talking about. So I made this binder, this exact binder, 2.5 years ago, the weekend that I decided to go all in with this business, and I have never made a new one. It is printed in black and white because it's basically for my use only. I take it to parties with me. Now, of course, as we've added new products, I have added to this binder, but this is basically like your It Works Bible. So, you know, you're going to go into eSuite under Documents. So eSuite, Documents. Over on the left, you're going to touch Product Info, and it's going to be a whole bunch of PDF files. Like if you're not a green personality, you might be like, oh my gosh, there's so many. You only have to do it once, guys. It's going to take you a couple hours. I suggest getting the pocket protectors. And basically, you're just going to print out every single one of the product information sheets and put them in a binder. That way, if someone asks you, hey, what does the Omega have in it? You know, you can go on here and look. It also has allergy information. It's just a really awesome tool for you to have when you're at a party and someone wants to know, well, what are the ingredients in that? You can say here. Also, this is key. We're going to get to this later on, but your very first goal as a new distributor is to sign 4 loyal customers. That is goal 1, blinders on. I don't want you to get totally overwhelmed. 4 loyal customers. So what I tell my team to do, I call it the Post-it Challenge. You might have seen, I have a YouTube video on it. After you make your binder, I want you to go through every page. And I told you, you don't have to be an expert at these products. So for every product, there are bullet points. We usually 4 or 5 of them right here. Okay, just this little bit. Forget about all the rest of the stuff, right? Just these bullets. Read those. That way you will know if someone says, hey, do you have anything for stress? You can remember, I know we have something for stress. Even if you don't remember the product in the beginning, We have a product for anti-stress called Confianza. So what I want you to do is to go through every single page. Okay, we have like 40 products, more than that. See, I don't even know exactly, and I'm an investor. And you know, if I'm reading this product, okay, lessens the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. If whoever comes to your mind that could benefit from that product, I want you to write their name on a Post-it note and stick it on this page. Maybe it's grandma, mom, best friend, whatever. By the time you do that, you should have a lot of Post-it notes in here. And I want you to reach out and contact those people and ask them to be a product tester for you. You've just started your business. You need some support. It's way, way easier to call somebody and give them an exact product than it is to just say, hey, here's my website. Do you want to buy something? Like, don't ever do that. The example I give is if you're in a car with your spouse and you say, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? It's this back and forth thing, right? But if you say, hey, do you want to go to Olive Garden or Chili's? It's like A or B, pick one. That works much better in my household anyway. So product information sheet binder, make this a priority. Now, while you're in eSuite, under the Documents tab, I want you to click on Marketing Materials. That's going to be another place you're going to spend a lot of time. In the beginning, if you're like me, I joined this business broke, like maxed out my last credit card to join this business. Most people don't join this because they have money. So my goal is to see you guys making money before you're out there spending money, right? So in there, you're going to see things printable. Yes. This is a full page Blitz marketing sheet. And there's even room down here for you to put in your own name, website, phone number, whatever it is that you want to put on there. And you can print these out and it's free. So it's not a replacement for our Blitz cards. Our Blitz cards are amazing, but in the beginning, until you can start selling some wraps in order to buy things from, write this down, myitworksstore.com. That's where you can buy your t-shirts, your Blitz cards, and all of that. I used a lot of these flyers in the beginning. So product information sheet binder. All right, I mentioned Blitz cards. This is a Blitz card. You are going to get a couple of these in your kit if you haven't gotten your kit already, okay? This is your coupon. This is how you're going to grow your business. This little card right here. These cards scared me at first because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to give someone a card that has a belly on it. But I want you to save one of these cards, okay? I laminate them, and I want you to go to the dollar store, whatever you have near you, make one out of shoelaces, whatever you got to do, get yourself a lanyard, okay? This is a very cheap, very, very cheap, free if you happen to have a lanyard, whatever kind of lanyard around your house, marketing tool, okay? You can write your name, you can write, ask me, I want you to wear this. And I know it sounds crazy, but do you know how many people have, like when I was new, I didn't have a shirt yet, couldn't afford one, and I would just wear this. And people would look at this and be like, oh, do you sell those wrap things? The days you don't want to wear it, you simply put it on your diaper bag. You hang it on the back of your stroller. Best thing you can ever do for your business right here. And it's a very simple thing. All right. The next thing. Oh, I forgot I have this chat going on in here. Okay. This is old. Okay. So you're gonna be like, mine doesn't look like that. When you get your kit in the mail, it's going to have a couple catalogs in it. Again, catalogs are fabulous. They're not expensive. They're about 20 cents each. But of course, in the beginning, I didn't have an extra 20 bucks laying around. So what I want you to do is I want you to save one of the catalogs, at least one. And I want you to, this is just a regular old folder. Again, this is an old catalog, okay? I made this the same night I made that. Take one of your catalogs and cut it apart, okay? And put it in here so that when you're at parties or when you're showing people, you don't have to be like, can I have that back? Because I don't have a lot of money yet. You can put your name on this and it's kind of professional looking, and that way it's kind of like a given, this is mine, right? You can't keep this. This is what I need. So at parties, I have 6 of these that I just take to every party with me so that in the beginning, until I could afford to give out catalogs and have people keep them at parties, this is a great way to be budget friendly. Again, as brand new distributors, my goal is to not send you out there spending all kinds of money, right? So we get creative. So this is another great thing for you to do as a new distributor. All right. Whew. You with me? Hanging with me? Okay. Back to your Facebook training page. That training page, guys, is your lifeline. If it wasn't for the training page I was added to when I joined, I would not be here. 1,000% I would not be sitting here tonight. So make sure you dig into that training page. I can tell you that I pour in so many hours to my team training page. Anytime I have something that has helped me, I put it into a file. So if you're not familiar with groups, I want you to familiarize yourself. There is a files tab on your training page. I have almost 100 files on mine, and it's a lot, but there is also a search bar. That search bar is going to be your best friend. I use the search bar on my team page every single day, whether I'm searching for greens, like you can type in, it's a keyword, or breastfeeding, or something, whatever question that I have or whatever I'm looking for, I search it first to see if I can pull up a response. Maybe it's a medical condition. Maybe it is, you know, just anything you can think of. Type in a keyword and see if you can find it. And the files. There are 2 files that I want to make sure that you absolutely save to your phone, save to your computer. The first one is wrapping tips. Now, whatever page you're on, it might be called a little something different. I think on my page, it's tips for ultimate results, or wrap tips for best results, something like that. If you can't find it, ask on the team page. The other one is your loyal customer introduction email, or email to send new LCs, loyal customers. The corporate does an awesome job. They send an email to your customers giving them their username, but that's kind of it. We like to go a step further on our team. This is how I was taught, so this is how I've trained my downlines. It is very simple. You're going to put in their name, their ID number, the date their auto ship processes. It's got information on how to log in. It's got your contact information on it. And we try to send that to them within 2 days. Another, you know, we could get into so much training right now, but we have a 2x2x2 rule. You can write that down, 2x2x2. And within 2 days, you want to make sure you send them that welcome email. Okay. 2 weeks, you're going to follow up, make sure they got their products. 2 months, you ask them about the business. We can learn more about that later. All right. Another Facebook group, okay? It's called Before and Afters. It is a before and afters page. It's literally just before and afters for our team. You want to make sure you have access to that. Back in the day, we used to just save a whole bunch of them to our phone, and it was just kind of a mess. Now it's perfect. I go to that page. I click on whatever product I want to before and after. It's there. It Works Global has a corporate Facebook page. They also have an album for before and afters. They also have a Pinterest account, and that's where they upload all of the before and afters that get corporate approved. So if you want to try to keep up in the newest ones that corporate's approving, even for people outside of our team, it's on their Pinterest page. All right, the best step of being a new distributor. You've done your training. Now guys, do not get out of the mindset that I was in. My mindset is I can't talk about this until I know everything. I have to be an expert. I have to study that product information sheet. No, you know you're on a team page where people are there to help you. You have to tell the world that you open this business. The biggest thing that I have learned over my course of 2.5 years is a lot of people join this and they don't understand one thing. They don't understand that you have just opened your very own business. This is not a hobby. This is not something you're going to dabble in, right? For most of you, you join this because you need to make an extra $200, $300, $500. Most people, it's $500, $200 to $500 a month that you need to make for your family. This is a business, so you've got to treat it like a business. So that's what I want you to remember, is treat it like a business. If you opened up a pizza shop, you wouldn't just open the doors one day and hope people would come in. No, you would post about it on Facebook. You would send out flyers. You would talk to people, call people, text people. Same concept with this business. I want you to make an announcement post on social media. Tell people you have joined this. And don't just copy and paste something you're going to find someone else did. I want you to use a selfie of you or a picture of your kid holding your welcome kit that comes in the mail, something personal, and share with people why you're doing this. That is one thing you're going to learn that our team trains. We train to just be you, stay true to yourself. You don't want to turn into some robot, right? And then look like you're just spamming everybody. You know, for me, I would have posted, I'm so excited that I've taken a leap of faith to join a business. I am determined to make $500 a month to pay our van payment, because that's why I joined this, guys. I did not want to go back to the road being a cop, but I had to make $500 a month. That was it. If I didn't make $500 a month with this within like a month or two, I had to go back to work. So that's what you need to do. Tell people, why did you join this? Maybe you joined this because you love the products. You just want to get your products for free. Awesome. Maybe eventually you want to stay home. You know, share with your followers, your friends, your family, why you're doing this, and you'd be surprised how much more support you're going to get than randomly just all of a sudden one day you're going to throw a before and after picture or product up and say, hey, buy my product, when you haven't like told them why and what it is that you're doing. All right, I already told you your first step, 4 loyal customers. That is your one and only first goal, 4 customers. Now, a note to make about loyal customers: they cannot share an address with you, with any distributor, or another loyal customer. You will be paid on them commissions, but it will not count as a qualified loyal customer. Now, for every 2 customers you sign, you are going to start earning what we call wrap rewards. That means you can buy a box of wraps or facials for $25 instead of $59. and it's free shipping. So it's like 26 something for me here in Florida. So it's awesome. Wrap cash, guys, $75 profit when you sell those wraps. Now, the other cool thing, guys, you start signing up distributors, you're going to start earning what we call fast start bonuses. These bonuses are what got Michael and I out of debt. They are what got us out of the hole and got us, getting by in the beginning. So they're unlimited. When you sign up a new distributor, as soon as they get their first 2 customers in their first 30 days, you're going to get a $100 bonus. Every time you sign a new person, this happens. So they pay out on Fridays. You don't have to wait till the next month, which is when we usually get paid. There are weeks where I made $500, $600, $700 in just fast start bonuses just by enrolling new distributors. So that is another thing. Maybe you got in this business to make $300 a month. Those average income charts, I want you to know they are average, and they are taking account into fact that you're getting fast start bonuses, you're doing your steps to success, and you've been sitting at that same rank for a few months. So you've got the volume there. So rather than looking at a chart and saying, I want to be Ruby and make $600 a month, if you want to make $600 a month, this is what your mindset needs to be. I'm going to enroll 6 distributors this month and help earn those fast start bonuses. What I mean by help is, did you know that you can sign your spouse, for example? You sign 2 customers. We have the ability to move our customers. I can move my 2 customers under my spouse. They run their auto or reach 150 PBV. I've just made $100. It's really awesome. The compensation plan of this company is top notch. All right, steps to success, S2S. You're going to see that on your team pages. You're going to see that everywhere. That is your goal every single month. Now, maybe you listened to a webinar or something before you joined. We don't have quotas. This is a goal. Every month, if you can sign 3 distributors and 4 loyal customers, you teach your team to do the same. So all of those distributors teach their distributors to do that. Within 3 months, you could be a diamond, earning an average of $2,000 a month. So that is why our company is very smart, very, very smart. Steps to success, huge in this business. So another very crucial part about signing 4 loyal customers. All of you guys watching this, if you are brand new in your first 30 days, you are still in the running for your Ruby bonus, that $500 bonus that it is right now. You have got to sign 4 qualified loyal customers in your first 30 days in order to qualify for that Ruby bonus. It is a must. It's part of the qualification. So you've got to make that priority. All right, so how are you going to do all this? All right, Amanda, I hear you. How do I do it? Very first thing, this business, I wish I had known this from day one, is so much about your mindset. When I joined this, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I thought it was a scam. I thought there's no way those wraps even work. I was a hater, let's be honest. And I really joined this because I had no other options. And I thought, well, you know what? It's $100. I know I can make my $100 back by selling my 4 wraps. What do I have to lose? And that was a position I was in at the time. And mindset. If someone had told me, Amanda, it's all about your mindset, because 2 months in, when Michael and I decided to go all in with this, all of a sudden I was like, yeah, you know what? I listened to Kim do this same webinar. If she can do that, why can't I? Why can't I do what she did and be successful? So I did. So you've got to decide first in your mind that you can do this and that you're going to do this. And all of you have what's called a why. No 2 people's why is the same, okay? Your reason for joining. You need to write that down. Write down your why. Why are you in this? Because you're going to have days you want to quit. You're going to have days where people are going to tell you it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, the wraps don't work, I tried one, and you're going to want to quit. And what I want you to do is go back and remember today and remember your why you signed up for this. And that is going to be your reason to keep going. And so many times I see new distributors let their why become their excuse. You can't let that happen. So for me, my why was, I was an extreme couponer just to put food on the table, but I did not want to go back to the road. I'd already missed out on my son growing up because I was in the police academy. I was working 12-hour shifts. I had a new baby at home. So my why was I didn't want to miss my kids growing up. I didn't want to put my kids in daycare only for my salary to barely even cover the daycare. It didn't make sense. So that is what kept me going. Those little faces every single day kept me going. So maybe your why is to be able to go on vacations, to pay off your student loans, whatever it is, write it down because you're going to have to refer back to that. All right, super important. Put a star next to this one. Set your launch party date. Yes, I said the word party, and for some of you, you're like, oh my God, no parties, Amanda. Listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. There are girls on my team who work this business by having parties. Every week they party. Me, Not so much. I now have 3 little kids, and I love to party. I will help go launch my new local distributors who sign with me, but my personal business, I don't have very many parties for. But I did have a launch party, and 5 people came, and I signed 2 loyal customers and 2 distributors at that party. So, but that's not even the important thing. What that party did, when I joined, guys, I still thought the wrap was a scam because I was a cop, remember? I'm going to the gym, working out. I'm like, there is no way I'm going to put that sticker on my belly and all of a sudden I'm going to be skinny. That was my mindset. So even the day I clicked join and join this business, I thought there's no way those wraps work and I'm going to prove my friend wrong. So having this launch party, I couldn't afford to use one of my first 4 wraps. I had 4 friends, family come over. I'm like, look, I don't know what it is. If your skin falls off, I'm sorry. It was my mom, my mother-in-law, my best friend. But you got to come over. You got to give me $25. I'm going to put this thing on you and see what happens. That party, guys, the wraps worked. They actually worked. And to see them work before my eyes, I was like, wow, I guess they really do work. So you've got to have a launch party. You've got to do it. Yes, you know 4 people. Yes, you have 4 friends that will come support you. So make it a priority. Even if your enroller is nowhere near you. I'm here in Florida. My enroller was across the country in Kentucky. All I had was that box that came in the mail. That's it. I didn't have food. I didn't have samples of other products. I didn't have anything. And my party was still insanely successful. And I know that most of you guys have, all of you guys have some incredible training over on your team pages. I know I have 2 files. One is called Parties 101 and How to Have a Wrap Party. So you've got a lot of training, no excuses. You need to have that launch party. You need to do it within your first 30 days. All right, another asterisk. Do this, your hundreds list. You are going to hear that a lot. Your hundreds list is a living, breathing, should have brought mine in here. It's a document, okay? And it can be on scrap paper, just handwritten in. It can be a notebook. If you are someone who likes to, like a rule follower, you want everything in its place. That's not me. I'm a hot mess. You can print it off of eSuite, print it off your team page. It's called 100s list. And that is going to be everyone that you can think of that could benefit from being a customer, being a distributor, or someone that might host a party for you and invite their own friends. And if you need help with who to put on this list, in eSuite, there is a document under the Documents tab again, under training materials, business building materials, something like that, called Memory Jogger. There's also a search bar. You can search for it there. That's going to help you come up with the names on this hundreds list. And then you've got to start talking, guys. Another thing I want you to write in big, bold letters, and I'm going to wait while you do it. Posting is not asking. Posting is not asking. A lot of you guys join this and you're going to do your business mostly on social media. I did. My business was grown like 80% on social media. Posting is not asking. I see new distributors quit all the time after like a week, which is insane, right? But I've been posting every day and no one's buying. Guys, people are watching. You know, think about how many times have you walked into your favorite store at the mall. It's not that you didn't want to buy anything. You ran out of time. You had to go get the kid from school. You didn't have money in the bank that day, whatever. You picked up an item. You really wanted it. You put it down. You walked out. It doesn't mean you're not interested. But just because people are seeing this, posting, have you taken the time to pick up the phone and call them? And I'm not saying spam and cold message people. We don't do that. But do you have a friend that you know is struggling? Have you reached out to them and said, hey, look, I know this sounds insane. I just joined this business. There's girls making some crazy money. And I would love for you to do this with me. Could you guys use some extra income? You've got to get out of your head that you are being, you know, I don't even know the word, but you are your own advertiser. Think about another brand. Think about Starbucks, right? Do they have commercials on TV? They have advertisements on your phone. They have advertisements in magazines. They are doing marketing for themselves. No one is going to do that for you in your business except for you. So you've got to open your mouth. You've got to hand out Blitz cards. You've got to talk to people. So that's going to be key. You've got to start talking. However you talk, like if you text your mom, I need a product tester for this product. There's this product called Greens. I think they would be fabulous for you. Will you try them for 90 days for me? You've got to ask people. All right, getting plugged in. Congratulations, you are plugged in. You are watching a new distributor training, and that means, it shows me, you want to boom in this business. You want to have success. So the most successful distributors are the ones who are plugged in. You listen to calls. You are reading books. You're developing your skills. You are learning and growing. Most of us, myself included, have never done anything like this. I've never sold anything a day in my life besides like the week I worked at Old Navy when I was 16. But other than that, guys, I've never sold anything ever. I was a theme park manager. I was a cop. I was a substitute teacher. I did not do network marketing. That was not my thing. But you've got to stay plugged in. Those team pages. Now, I'm not saying, please do not hear me wrong, to stay behind your phone and be scrolling Facebook all day on your training pages, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying at least twice a day, you need to check those pages. You know, staying plugged in. Right now we have a challenge group going on. Are you on that challenge group? Are you committing to do the daily tasks and challenges we have going on? Sunday nights and Monday nights, write this down. There is a corporate call every Sunday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And it's 15 minutes or less, very short. There's usually announcements, any promotions coming out. It fuels my fire. It pumps me up for the week. You should really take the time to listen to that. Monday nights, there are 3 people you need to know. Mark, Pam, and Mike. Write those down. Mark, Pam, Mike. Mark Pentecost, he is our CEO. Pam Souter is our Chief Networking Officer. On Monday nights, she does what we call the Show Me the Money call. And every week it's different. Sometimes she will interview people who just newly promoted to presidential or ambassador. She will interview our corporate doctor about a new product. She will interview the Black Diamonds on whatever. So Monday nights at 9, she does those. The third name is Mike Patillo, and he is our Chief Sales Officer. So make sure you're following those 3 people on Facebook. If you want to be on fire with your business, you stay close to the fire. That means staying close to the successful people, following what they're doing. You're going to hear the term copy the right cat. That doesn't mean copy all their posts. That just means do what they do. It's already been done. I have a YouTube channel full of YouTube videos. Why? Because when I was sitting in your shoes, my enroller didn't make a lot of videos at the time, but I'm a visual learner. I like to watch videos. That's how I learn. That's how I absorb information. I went on YouTube and searched all the leaders I could find in that magazine. You're going to get a magazine in your kit. I searched them to see if they had YouTube channels, and I, for hours and hours that first weekend, watched videos on YouTube. So since that's how I learn, I have done that for my team. So you need to figure out how you learn. If you're a reader, use those files on the team pages. Use the documents in eSuite. If you're a video person, you are not going to be hurting for videos. There are videos all over YouTube for tips on this business from all the top earners. All right, loyal customer program. You need to know about it. You need to know how to explain it, right? Because you need to sign loyal customers. Now, it's something you're going to perfect over time. There are scripts on your team pages. If you go and use that search bar I told you about and typed in script or check the files tab, you are going to find scripts. I like to call scripts a shell, meaning don't take it word for word, copy and paste, but make it your own. Like for me, I say the word y'all, okay? If you do not say that and you make that, you put it in a post that I typed, you're going to look spammy. People are going to think you got hacked. You just don't want to do that. So you're going to have to just figure out how you like to explain the loyal customer program. So for me, I shop at Sam's Club, BJ's, what's the other one? Costco. So that's how I like to explain our loyal customer program. I say something like, someone says, well, what is your loyal customer program? I will say, well, it's similar to shopping at Costco because you're going to get wholesale pricing. And the cool thing is you're not going to have a membership fee like you would at Costco. All you have to do is you're going to order at least one product for 3 months. Today's order would be month 1. And each month you can log in, super simple. You can change the product. And at the end of 3 months, you're a loyal customer for life. You can log in as you please. You're going to earn things like perk points for free products, free shipping, extra points along the way just by being loyal. And that's it, guys. Super simple. You have got to take ownership of our loyal customer program. You've got to love it. Because if you're not confident in it, I know in the beginning it's hard because I was like, oh my gosh, no one's going to want to be a loyal customer when they have to order for 3 months. But guys, it's insane, right? There's no membership fee. There's no minimum orders. They can order and spend $200 on their very first order. Next month, they can change it and order a $15 essential oil. That's awesome. We have an amazing loyal customer program. The fact that after 3 months, they can log in anytime they want and get the same wholesale price for a one-time order and then not order again for 6 more months. And they're a loyal customer for life. And unless they physically call and cancel their account, they're a loyal customer forever. It's amazing. So if you're a visual, you can go into eSuite and read the loyal customer agreement so you really understand it. There is another option if they do not want the 3 months. Now, I don't give them this option. This is only if people ask about it. Sometimes the older folks who don't want to have their cards charged or just whatever reason, they can pay a one-time $50 membership fee, and they get all the same perks as a loyal customer gets, the same low prices or whatever. They just don't, they're not tied to any auto ships. it is good when people do that because it's a qualified loyal customer. You don't have to worry about their auto ships declining or anything. So that is an option. Now, if somebody just does not want to pay the fee, they don't want to have auto ships, they can sign up as a retail customer. You don't want retail customers because they don't count towards bonuses. They don't count as those 4 customers. You will still make money, okay? You're not going to sign somebody and not make any money. But I was a couponer. So for wraps, right, they're $59 as a distributor or for a loyal customer. But if someone wants to do a one-time retail purchase, it's $99. Well, for that price, they might as well sign up and join as a distributor, right? So the retail prices are like 40% more than the customer price. So that's another thing you could talk about loyal customer program. You have a 40% discount off of our products. So those are the ways. All right. I have this problem. It's not a problem, where I convert all of my potential customers into distributors. Why? Because the moment someone tells me I have to wait for payday, or, oh man, they're kind of expensive, I can't afford that, I really want them, I immediately say, well, have you thought about doing this with me? And that way you could pay for your products. So always offer the business side if someone tells you they can't afford the products. All right, we're gonna talk about the wraps for a second. That is our flagship product. You're gonna find that you have some favorite products, and that's gonna be the product that you most always sell. So for me, it's the greens. I love the greens. The greens have changed my life. So that is the product. If you look at my loyal customers over the last 2.5 years, that is what I sell the most of. But for a lot of people, when you join, it's gonna be the wraps because that's what we're known for, right? So you are 100% guaranteed to come across someone who's going to tell you, well, those things don't work. That's water weight loss. So here's your job, right? Because this is a job. This is your business. You own your own business. You need to understand how the wraps work. Now, you might not have to understand it scientifically. If someone asks me, how does it work? The best response is, I don't know. It just does. Do you want to try one? That is your best course of action. Now, you might have the scientific people, whatever. They're probably never going to buy one anyways. They're just giving you a hard time. But you need to be confident in your product. Guys, we have been in business for 15, almost 16 years. We are closing in on $1 billion. That is not for selling a product that doesn't work, okay? We are in so many countries now. Like Mike Patilla posted recently, whether or not it works is not up for debate anymore. Like, our products work. But you're gonna have people that say it didn't work. And there's reasons why. Unfortunately, there are distributors out there who do not have training, and they do not send the wrap tips, okay? There are certain things that need to be done while wrapping to ensure that they have good results. Things like if they use Dove or a heavy moisturizing soap, the wrap lotions cannot penetrate through that. So, that's on the tip sheet. They're not going to have as good a results. If they don't drink their water, they're not going to have as good a results. If they consume a whole lot of alcohol during the wrap process, which is 72 hours, their results are going to be hindered. So you've got to stay confident and stand your ground. If somebody says, well, those things don't work, or someone says it's water weight loss, it's not. So if someone says it's water weight loss, I say, well, actually, you have to drink water for it to work. What's your next question? The number one thing that I say to somebody, if they say, well, I tried one, it didn't work, keep it simple. Where are your photos? Can I see your photos? Because if people don't have their photos and they don't send them to me, they didn't take them. Plain and simple, guys. Our wraps work. 100% of the time, our wraps work. Now, for some people, it might take more than one wrap for them to start seeing their good results. It's kind of, so here's what I like to tell my new distributors. Think about Crest white strips, right? If you drink coffee or wine every single day, your teeth are not going to be as white as someone who maybe genetics or they don't do those things, their teeth are whiter. It's going to take you more than one Crest white strip in order to have your teeth get whitened, right? And maybe this person over here, it only takes them one round or whatever to make their teeth the white they want them to be. So anyway, it's the same concept. So maybe someone goes to the gym, you can use that. Well, you don't just go to the gym one time and all of a sudden you're skinny, right? So you can't have eaten 100 donuts over the last month and expect one wrap to do magical things. The wraps are magical, don't get me wrong, but people have this skewed perception of, oh, I'm just going to put one wrap on and I'm super overweight and it's going to make me a supermodel. They have to be realistic, okay? So be confident. Our wraps work. Did they drink the water? Did they take their pictures? Are they on certain medications? There's always a reason, guys, but our wraps work all the time. Now, if someone has a lot of stretch marks or scarring, the wraps are going to work to heal the skin before they're going to start seeing other noticeable results, such as like their pants and all of that. So make sure you are sending the wrap tips and following up with every single person who either becomes a loyal customer buying the wraps or even selling an individual wrap. So that's going to be really, really important to your success. All right. I promise we're getting through this. We're almost done. New distributor, we're going to go through some do's and some don'ts. Do's. These are the things, if you were to ask me, Amanda, you're an ambassador diamond, you're a top income earner, you did this very quickly, I went ambassador in 13 months. How did you do it? I'm going to tell you there are 3 things: positivity, excitement, and consistency. Those are my top 3 tips for you. Guys, you don't have to know how the wraps work, the ins and outs of the compensation plan. You're going to find more training later on your personality color. Write that down. Find out my personality color. Head to your team page after this. Figure that out. But you don't have to be an expert in this, guys. If you are passionate about something, excited about something, that is contagious. You know, especially right now in the world with all these crazy things going on. People don't need another person complaining on their social media feed, but be the light, be the answer to someone's prayer, be a blessing for somebody. You know, do I have certain views on the politics or certain views on this or views on that? Of course I do. But the moment I joined this business and decided social media was going to be how I'm going to grow my business, you won't see me posting about them. You won't know who I'm voting for. You won't know my stand on vaccines or any other, you know, topic that's a hot topic out there. You won't ever know that. Why? Because it's not going to grow my business. Now, I'm not saying you can't have opinions or anything like that, but you've always got to remember, you won't ever see me posting vulgar language. You won't ever see me posting something that's going to probably offend somebody, even though everyone gets offended by everything. But you know what I mean? I am not ever going to post something, for example, I breastfed my babies, right? Well, one of them had bottles too. I'm not anti-formula, anti-breastfeeding, whatever, but I would never post something that says, oh my gosh, if you don't breastfeed your babies, you know, they're not as healthy. Things like that. Think. Before you make a post, I want you to think, what would my potential customers and distributors think? What would my team think? And what would Mark Pentecost think, our CEO? Would he be happy that you posted that? I want you to think about those things before you post on social media. That is going to be crucial to your success. I was the type of person, former cop, right? If someone like cut me off or whatever, I was going to go on Facebook and rant about it. I did. That was what I did. I'm a very positive person, but you know, I just put it all out there. And the moment I joined this business, I stopped doing that. And very quickly, I was excited about something. And I had people messaging me, joining my team left and right, because they're like, Amanda, you're so happy all of a sudden. You know, what's going on? What are you doing? You know, people take notice when something happens and you're just excited. And I hear all the time, but I'm not making any money yet. It's not changing my life yet. Here's what I did, guys. I signed 17 distributors my first month. All right. I don't tell you that to brag. I tell you that because it's possible. All I did. Now, guys, I was brand new. Okay. I wasn't making any money yet besides my wrap cash. I mean, but we were struggling financially, but I was excited and I was posting things like, I cannot wait for this business to change my life. I can't wait to be able to retire my husband one day. I can't wait to pay off our van. This company is going to help my family go on a vacation. Things like that. I was speaking life over my business and speaking about what this business was going to do. Now, I'm at a position 2.5 years later as an ambassador where I can post things like, I'm so excited, Wrap Cash just paid for our family's Disney season passes, things like that. But 2.5 years ago, I could post, man, I'm so excited. This business is going to be able to help my family buy Disney passes. You don't have to say buy next week, of course. You never ever want to lie. You never want to say you're making more money than you are, but just being passionate and being excited. That is how you're going to sign customers and sign distributors. It's all about your mindset too. So it can't be all about you. Now, what I mean by that, when you join this, obviously it's all about you, okay? Because you join this because you need something. You're going to very quickly see that this business has the ability to bless people, to provide hope to people, and it's in your hands. So now the fact that like I am playing a small part and you watching this, and maybe something I say is going to help you, and you're going to be able to make $100 on a paycheck and be able to put food on your table. And that is why I do this business now. It's no longer about me and my family and my goals. I've met my goals. My goal now is to help you get to where I am. So if you've got to the earlier on that you can make that flip, and it's not all about you, but it's about the people that are going to join you, the customers that you're going to help change their lives physically. I mean, guys, we have our hands on some products that are truly life-changing, truly life-changing. I hope you know that. When you make your product information sheet binder, those supplements, guys, we have some supplements I have personal family members that are taking the Relief. It's a supplement for joint pain, absolutely changing their life, getting better sleep. I mean, this business is just so incredible. So it's all about your mindset. You're not a hunter or a recruiter. You're not just, I've got to sign 3 distributors. You need to look at this at who needs this? Who needs me in their life? Who needs me to lead them? And that is going to change your business. Tell success stories, guys. Until you are making money, use someone else's story. So for me, when I would talk to people, I talked about my enroller. She was a presidential at the time. I would say, listen, I know this sounds insane. My girl, Kim, she's making $17,000 a month as a presidential. I don't know how she did it, but I'm going there. Do you want to go with me? That's all I would say until I got to a point where I could use my own story. So find a leader, find someone who's relatable to you. There are so many success stories of presidential diamonds, ambassador diamonds. Sorry, mom's calling. Find other stories to use until you have your own. All right, you're going to hear the term blitzing. I promise we're almost done. Blitzing, living the blitz. What is blitzing? Blitzing is just a fancy word for talking about our business. It's our marketing word, right? So wearing my lanyard and going out to Target. I'm going out blitzing. I'm living my daily life, but wearing my work shirt. That is blitzing. And you're also going to hear dripping on people. Sounds crazy, but we talk about dripping this business. So I might take a screenshot of me sitting here right now. Actually, I will. This is going to be a post. Here we go. I'm going to see myself in the background. Oh, no, you see my messy room if I do it like that. Oh, okay, watch. See? Selfie, right? Here it is. Selfie. Sitting here, I'm going to make a post. This is what we call a dripping the business. Here I am sitting at home. I have a glass of wine, it's in the other room. Training my team from the comfort of my home. Y'all can't see, I have on pajama bottoms in my nice comfy chair in my room. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about a 9 to 5. That is what we call a pull post. I didn't say, hey, I'm a network distributor, join my team for $99. You want to pull people into what you're doing. You don't want to push this on people. You're going to hear that, the push versus the pull. Same thing about our products. Pretend this is a glass of greens. Drinking my glass of greens, take a selfie. I absolutely love it. I'm getting my servings of fruits and vegetables right here in this glass. Who has time to eat 12 salads a day? Whatever, right? Versus buy my greens for $30. Here's my website. Here's my phone number, right? Do you see a difference? So that is what we train on our team. It's called dripping, and we pull, we don't push. All right, you're going to become a professional asker. Just like I said in the beginning, asking people. You've got to ask people. The fortune is in the follow-up. You're going to hear that a lot. Following up, basically, I tell people we have 2 jobs. Talk about our products, we post about our products, and we follow up with people until they sign up as a customer or distributor. That's our job, guys, because remember, this is your business. This is not someone else's priority. I can tell you, for example, I wanted to buy a new bag from a friend of mine. I like to support other people who do businesses. I wanted to buy a bag, and I just kept putting it off, and she kept asking me about it, and I would have my wallet out, have to go change a diaper, whatever. Finally, she called me one day and said, Amanda, I'm putting in orders. Do you want to order this bag? And I'm like, yes, thank you for calling me. Here's my number. Please just do it for me. That's what you have to remember. This is just because people aren't writing you back or they're not buying right away. Chances are they're just busy. Life happens. This is not a priority for them. It's a priority for you. So you're going to have to keep following up. It takes the average person, write this down, 6 to 8 times of seeing something before they're going to commit. So whether it is hearing from you, seeing a post on social media, asking you another question for the 1,000th time. It's normal, guys. It is normal. I would say probably out of 10 customers that I sign, I've probably talked to 40 or 50 others who say they're signing and don't. So it's a numbers game, guys. You can't just quit this business because you asked 2 people and they said not right now. All right, last slide, I promise. Last slide. Those were the do's, the don'ts. Do not. We've already gone over some of these. Don't push this on people. Don't give too much info. And I'm not saying to withhold information, but for example, I am what we call a red personality. You'll learn about that later. Don't hand me a compensation plan. Don't hand me the policies and procedures. I'm not going to read it. I don't like to read things. I will watch a video, but don't ask me to do all this stuff. So if I say, when I messaged Kim and I said, hey, what do I got to do? She was like, well, here's my website. I went and signed up, guys. I didn't ask a ton of questions because I just didn't care. I asked her, can I make money? Are you going to help teach me? Cool. Where do I sign up? That is how most people are going to think. You are going to have the greens, like my husband, who are going to ask you 1,000 questions. Only answer the questions that you're asked. That is going to help you. We call it throwing up on people. You don't want to do that. Only answer the questions that you are asked. You know, for me, you know, when I saw the wraps, I just asked her, do they really work? She said, yeah. I'm like, really, really? Yeah. Okay, I'll try one. I don't want to know how they work, the science. Don't tell me all that stuff. It's just over. I just don't care, right? So ask the question. Only answer the questions you're asked. Don't put limitations on people. This is huge. There are so many people that I have signed who look like they had it together. I mean, Michael and I, cop, firefighter, living in a normal house. You know, we had vehicles. We looked put together from the outside, but we were drowning in debt and people didn't know. So don't assume that people don't need this business. Everyone needs this business. Everyone needs nail money. Everyone needs these products. So therefore, you know, maybe they just dabble in this to earn their free products. Everyone needs this business. So don't put limitations on people and don't get in your own way, guys. The number one reason that distributors quit is because they get in their own way. Their why becomes their excuse. So for me, my why was to stay home with my kids. Okay. At the time I had an 8-month-old and a 2-year-old. And this business was hard in the beginning, guys. The hardest part of this business is now. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're going to put in more work now and not make as much money. But 2 years later, I work a heck of a lot less. Now, not me, because I'm like a workaholic, but you're going to work less and be paid more. Okay. It's just how this business works. So in the beginning, I missed a lot of bath times, bedtimes, family dinner. I didn't see my friends. I worked really, really hard because I wanted to promote very quickly because we needed this to work. So you are going to have to give up some things. You are going to have to give up Netflix and doing, you know, extracurricular things if you want this to work very quickly and you want this to work fast and you want to start earning substantial income for your family. So this sounds crazy, but it says get over yourself. That's what you've got to do. Stop letting your mind to tell you, you can't do this. You're never going to be successful. Get that out of your head. Now, there's a couple other little rules. When you are talking about the wraps publicly, meaning on a Facebook post, you cannot say the words inch loss, detox, weight loss. You cannot post on Facebook, buy, sell, trade groups, Amazon, Craigslist, blah, blah, blah. So we don't have too many rules, but there are some important ones that you need to make sure you're following. Now, the last thing I will leave you with, because I know I try to keep this right at an hour and we're right there. I could go on and on and on. But head to your team pages. That is the right? Everything you need is on your team page. So I'm going to encourage you guys, when you have questions, ask on your team page. Don't just message your enroller. Not because they won't answer you, but because there's probably other new distributors who have the same question. I loved reading questions on our team page because I would read the answers from the other leaders and people that would help each other out. And that's how I learned. So even if I didn't have that question that moment, maybe I would have it later on. I'm like, oh, I remember reading that. They said, no, you can't wrap more than one place at the same time. So use your team pages. Ask questions on your team pages. Just know, guys, that there are people believing in you. I believe in you until you believe in yourself, because I thought there was no way in heck I could ever make $500 a month doing this, even after joining. So if you're watching this and you're still kind of skeptical, you're still like, I don't know what the heck I got myself into. I don't know, Amanda, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know if I can do this. I'm not bubbly like you. I don't think I could sit on a video like this. Well, first of all, I can't see anybody except myself. So, guys, there are people in my polar opposite personality that are making more money in this than I am. So it's all about your mindset. Any personality type can do this. You signed up for a reason. You clicked join because you need this business for a reason. Figure out what that is and let that push you. So I know we went over a lot. I want you to head to your team pages. There is a ton more training there. And I hope that you guys learned a little something from this. I am going to come back to where I can see you guys. Hi. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording and I am going to take questions for those of you that still want to hang with me. If you have a specific question for me. So I'm going to stop the recording. So give me a second.